Hi everyone, it's Grandma from Grandma's Footsteps, and today, as requested, I'm going to do a tutorial on card making. So here we go. We start off. I have an A5 card, which is A4 folded in half, in black, and we're going to make an 18th birthday card. So here we go. First of all, let me introduce you to some of the dies that I used. These are tattered lace, and I believe they're called the foundation dies. So with the largest of these, not the largest that they do, but the largest I have here, I cut a gold layer there, which goes on there. Okay, so we'll just quickly pop that on there. I like to use wet glue simply because it gives you that bit of wiggle room. I like the glue doesn't seem to like me today. It seems to be a bit stuck. I was using it not long ago, isn't that just the way? So we just put a bit of glue on there all the way around the edges, and not, oh, I was going to say not on the desk, and then I go and put it on the desk. There we go. Okay, let's just wipe that off and level this up, and a little bit. I'm sorry if my head is causing a shadow while I'm doing this, but I need to be able to see from above in order to get it smooth. So there we go. That's your first layer. Awesome. Yep, that'll do. Now, on this, for the second shape die, I went down. I believe it was 2 sizes there, and I cut a black layer. Now that I've actually already put the tape on, simply because I didn't want to bore you with doing that. So I've got the foam tape, the double-sided foam tape, already on the back there. But because I'm sticking it to a shiny card, I'm going to add a little glue to this. 2 things. One, it helps it to adhere to the shiny card, and 2, it does give me just a little bit of wiggle room there before it completely sticks down. So there we go. I'll get rid of that, and we'll try and line this up nicely with a nice layer all the way around the edge. There we are. That's layer 2. Oh, yeah. And number 3, I've chosen this beautiful patterned paper. I can't remember the name of the thing I got it from, or maybe I can look it up. It's called the Paper Boutique Secret Romance. There we go. So that's that, and I'm just going to glue that on, and that will be our 3rd layer. It's coming along quite nicely here. Okay, 3rd layer coming on. Dun, 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 dun. And I managed not to get any on the desk. I must be improving. Right, so that just goes. I think you'll find that one's 2 sizes smaller as well, actually. I think the black one was 1 size smaller than the gold, and this one is, that's 2 sizes smaller than the black one. Okay. Now, what I did next was to make this frame. Now, this frame actually is 2 frames. So I started with the middle die, which is the aperture, and the largest, or one that's 2 sizes up there. I think, is it that one? Or is it that one? No, it's that one. One that's 2 sizes up, and I cut the black. Okay, and then, still using the same middle die, I used a smaller one, which means it's only 1 size up, and from that I cut the gold. In fact, we cut 1 black and 1 gold, and I stuck them together. That makes it stick up a bit prouder, because you can't really put foam tape on something that thin. So by gluing 2 together, you get that little bit of extra dimension. Okay, now I have managed to put double-sided foam tape onto this frame, so we're going to, come on. Oh, isn't it always the way when somebody's watching you? I normally don't have any problems removing the backing from these things. Mind you, it does help when you've got nails. I've seen people use pokey tools and all sorts of things. I actually find that my nails to work reasonably well most of the time, except of course at the moment I'm being watched. Makes a difference. Right, so there we go. Just whip round there and pull them off as quickly as possible, so I'm not boring you. I'll tell you what, I'll pause the video, get the rest of this off, and then I'll come back. Okay, so that's pulled all the backing off there, and we line this up. One of the things that I didn't tell you was that the patterned paper I cut to one size smaller than the outside of the frame, so there's no chance of the paper showing outside. Okay, so that's that there. Now we need somewhere to put our sentiment, so I have this black one which is cut from the small one here, and then in order to make a mat for it, I cut the next size up out of gold here. Okay, so what we need to do now is to put our sentiments on. Now this sentiment we cut from gold card and black card. It's black on the back. What we did is we cut 3 and we've glued them together, and it makes it nice and firm and makes it raise up from the card a little bit. So let's so we did the same with the numbers. Okay, so I have decided that I want to put the numbers up here like so. There's the 1. Try and get them straight. And the 8 actually does have a right way up and a wrong way up. It's got a smaller circle at the top, so we need to be aware of that. When we're using numbers, they might look symmetrical, but they're not sometimes. Right, there we go. So we put the 8 there, and we've got 18. Lovely, lovely. Oh, that stuck to my finger. Stick it, push it on, and we'll give it a smooth down, just to make sure it's nicely attached. Okay, and then the happy birthday I'm going to pop down there. Right. So again, you don't need a terrific amount of glue to stick these things down. When they're quite small, dots are very useful. This one has actually got some reasonably sized pieces to put the glue in, but not all of them do. Some of them are very, very fine, and the best way to deal with them is just to use dots of glue, especially if you have a kind of a tacky glue or a good quality glue. It will hold even with a very small amount, and in fact your worst enemy in a lot of cases is putting too much glue on. A, it squishes all out the sides, and B, it takes forever to dry. So yeah, don't use too much glue. Okay, it doesn't need as much as you might think. Now let me just see if that's straight. I believe that's nice and straight there. So there we go. That's your sentiment, and now all I need to do is to glue it to the backing sheet. So we'll do that now. Sorry about the noise, that's just my computer complaining about something, as usual. Here we go. A little bit, just line it up so that it's nice and level there. It's good. There we are. And that I'm just going to put in here. Now I'm not going to raise it up. I've decided that I wanted it flat into the background there, so I'm just going to glue it down. Okay. I wanted it to be inside the frame, you know, so that it looks as if the frame comes out from the card, from the sentiment there. So I'm just going to choose exactly where I want to put it, get it nicely lined up there. Give it a nice sort of smooth down. And that's that. And so now all we have to do is to decorate. Okay, so flowers. Right, now these are, I can't remember what set they are, but these are Sue Wilson dies. Two different sets. You've got the closed in petal and the open petal. I use both, and I tend to use them in different colours. So all I do, I'm going to use the large one and the medium one here to make a largish flower. Now this is going to be difficult for you to see because it's black on black, but you'll see it when I do the gold ones. Basically you just roll round from the back, and so that the petals curve like that. Then if you turn it over like so and press down in the middle. Ooh, come on, that one decided to go sideways for some reason. Press down into the middle, then the petals come up in the middle, but they're still curved, so that's perfect. We put a little double glue in the middle, right in the middle of the flower, like so, and then we'll work on the gold ones. Now you'll be able to see what I'm actually doing here. So what we do is we just, like this, go roll up each petal, and you can see that they curve beautifully there, like so. Okay, and then pop them over, push them down in the middle, and you get this lovely shaped petals. They come up in the middle and then just turn over on the ends. And then all we need to do is to pop them onto the black. Now I actually line these up. I don't put them in between the other petals. I want them lined up with the black. And then when we do the next one, the next layer, we'll put them in between. So, oh dear, small things. There we go. So we put that in there, and we just give it a little rub just to make sure it's glued down. Glue in the centre here, and pop that one there, and put it between the other petals like so. And then what I like to do is to give it a little push down, and that brings it up into a beautiful flower shape. There we are, there's your flower. And there are a few here that I prepared earlier. Okay, so we've got a couple of medium-sized ones, 3 large ones, and 1 small one. With the small one, I simply used the same die twice and just layered it up. Also, we have some leaves, and I'll show you how I deal with those. I have. Thank you. There we go. This is just it's just cut out of the gold card. Now I have this tool from Elizabeth Craft, and it's a leaf veiner, and all you simply do is just like this, and there. And I will either turn the ends up or down, and then you can squeeze there a little bit, and it just gives a little bit of extra dimension to the leaves and lets them you know, not look all flat and horrible. So there's our leaves, and that's our flowers. So we'll bring in our card back in now, and what we will do is try and decide where we want to put the flowers. Now I want some of them sort of on the frame, and some of them sort of inside the frame, so like that. I expect you already know that you shouldn't put flowers in even numbers, usually. They don't, I just don't know why, but it just doesn't look as good. Okay, so I've put the little one up over there. Now that's 4, and if I put in the 5th one, somehow it just looks so much better. This was just an experiment here. I've got to decide whether I want 2 up there. No, I just want the one there. So we lift them out now, and we add our little bit of glue to the bottom. Put them in their place, and I like to press them down Okay. And it's slid. It's gold on gold, which is, it's surround. I'm gluing it to the gold, so it's not very easy, but we'll leave it there for now. And this one is going to go just underneath that at an angle. This one will stick better because it's just on paper. So we'll pop that in there, just give it a little push down. So we'll just carry on and glue the flowers in where we think they should be. So in there. And I've intertwined the petals there because, you know, they wouldn't necessarily grow independently of each other, the flowers. They do overlap and such like. So this is the little one guy that goes up there. We'll put him up there. And then we've got the two small ones. Now I haven't decided whether I want to go, I'll probably do that actually to make it sort of flow round the card rather than putting them all in a bunch together, to make it sort of flow. So this is going to be a better layout, so we put one there and we put one there like that. So almost as if they're growing up the card. There we are, that's our flowers in place. Yeah, good. And then what we do is we just decide what leaves we want to put in. A little bit of glue on them and just pop them in underneath the flowers so that they sit nicely, and you don't see where you've glued them, which is the important bit there. Okay, so pop in as many leaves as you like, really, and you can see now where we've shaped them, how much better that makes it look. Okay, so just a little bit of glue on there, and it's quite nice if you can put leaves in twos. Although it's an even number, for some reason leaves look good in twos, like so. Okay, get a couple of smaller leaves to go up there on our little flower, on there, and we'll put one there. There we go. That's nice, and I've got a couple more here to go in. I'll put that in there. Okay. How many flowers and leaves you put onto cards really it is personal choice. You know, I sometimes do them without leaves, but in a lot of cases they look much better if you do have the leaves. So think about the direction your flowers are going when you place your leaves, so that you're not making it sort of look odd. Okay, now I've got one leaf left, but I've decided I'm not going to put it on. So that is your card there with its flowers on. Now the flowers at the moment don't have any centres, so I'm going to find some. Here we go. I think that might be enough there. Oh, that one's definitely enough. I've got some black gems, and all we do is we place a little glue in the centre of the flower. The gems are self-adhesive, but it is better to add a little glue as well, because they may not stay stuck. Just the self-adhesive, especially if you're putting them onto things like gold card or glitter card and things like that. So I simply push that into the middle there, and I like to press them down with this. Okay, this is a tool actually that I got with a diamond painting kit. and it's absolutely brilliant because it's got a hole in the bottom. It is absolutely brilliant for pressing down on your gems. So that's what I use all the time. Now, a little bit of glue has escaped on a couple of them here. Don't worry about it. It dries clear. You won't see it. One always goes upside down. Again, that's got glue on it now, but don't worry. It won't. It won't show. You always get one, don't you? There. Yeah, when the glue dries, it will be perfectly clear, and you won't be able to see it at all. Okay, and now we turn the card round and put on our last one here. That's it. I use a pokey tool to pick up my gems. I've tried all sorts of things. I've tried tweezers. I even tried Sue Wilson's idea of scissors, and all I managed to do was to launch them all over the room. So, and now the only thing that remains is to add a little bow, and I think there would be fine, but I'm going to need to put a little gem in the middle of the bow. So there we go. Oh, I'll give that a nice big firm press down, and we'll grab another gem like that, tiny bit of glue, and we stick it on the beautiful black ribbon. There we go, and that, my dear, is your card finished. The only thing I will do is I will glue a piece of white paper on the inside, because obviously it's very difficult to write on black card, unless you know your recipient, unless somebody's that buys it has white pens. You know, it's going to be a problem for them. So I just cut a piece of white paper or card a bit smaller than that, and glue it in like an insert. So there we go. Now let's see if we can get you a little bit closer to the card, and let's we'll have a little move for it, and there we go. Have about that then. A bit closer in on the flowers, if you like. There, that's it. Hope I didn't make you feel sick. I didn't want to turn it round, although it fits better because it will be sideways, and I don't like it sideways. So there we are. That's all finished. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, or even if you didn't, like, comment and subscribe. It helps me a lot if you're able to do that. And yeah, I will look forward to seeing you next time. I'm hoping to do some more of the card tutorials. If you like that idea, then comment below. But in the meantime, take it easy, right? And we'll see you soon. Bye bye now. Bye.